number of people around this. We've spoken to an agric economist. We've spoken to people who are within the farming space. This morning, we want to speak to the General Secretary of the Ghana Food Suppliers Association, Mr. Patrick Ifa. He's joining us on the telephone line right now. Mr. Ifa, good morning. Welcome to the Morning Star.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for joining us here on the Morning Star today.
Welcome.
We have the situation of drought on our hands in the northern part of the country. We're told that about 6-7 regions have been affected by this. Farmers have been largely affected. A lot of them have not been able to reap any benefits or reap any yield of the crops that they planted, among other things. From where you sit at the Ghana Food Suppliers Association, how are you viewing the situation? And how is it even affecting you? Can you describe it for us?
Thank you so much. You see, this is a natural occurrence, and then you can't do anything about it. However, we have storage facilities in Ghana that when food is in abundance, we buy them and store. As business people, as suppliers, as we are, we have our strategy and we have our plans. And so before the thing starts, we already made our provisions. And then it's left with the government also to make its provisions. Because we as business people, we cannot control the weather. And it will have effect on our supply, of course. It will. But what is going to happen is it's going to shoot prices up. Because demand will be higher than supply. And so, at times, those of us who have storage facilities that we store items, we get the opportunity, we get the advantage, So, with this situation happening, I believe immediately some steps should be taken by the state to ameliorate the situation, to see how we can cushion the system. Because the drought has happened about a month or two ago that the drought started. And if you look at the planting season and the period in the north, that time was the planting time when the drought started. So it has delayed the planting. However, if we should rain from now going, that means they have to start planting from now. And they to push the food season forward, which may affect every part of the country. That's everybody, especially the schools. But we thank God, some of us, we have places where we store items. But I cannot see the whole Ghana or all the schools. So, I believe the government too, before they come out with any policy, whatever it is, they have plans to mitigate the situation. So that's my little take this morning.
Now, some measures have been announced by governments, including a ban on the exportation of grains outside of the country. And so, of course, security personnel have been deployed along the borders to make sure that nobody's taking grains through approved and unapproved routes outside of the country, so that we have enough here. Do you agree with that measure put in place by government?
Yes. Internally, I agree with that, because we have to feed ourselves first before outside. Though we may say, to bring revenue, that's okay. That's 100% correct. But if you are not satisfied, how can you send somebody outside? Your family, you are starving. You say you are going to give the food you have to somebody outside. So, in my view, that's my view. I believe and I strongly support that we should maintain what we have here now for the season that we are in. Afterwards, we can lift it. Everybody can do export, because export is very important, because you also get revenue to push in our dollar and the rest. So we should look at the urgency of it and the need for it. If it's automatic or the need is so much crucial, then we should maintain and sustain what they have brought.
Now, some of those who have these grains and some of the farmers are a bit worried about, having these grains in here and not being able to get the right price for the grains. I've heard some of the farmers now said, okay, well, if we farm those who have been able to harvest and those who already have some, if government buys it at the right price, they will sell it to government. What do you make of that posture and that position?
Yes, it's pricing in Ghana here is very crucial, But let's look at the effect that the situation is going to have on Ghanaians. Excuse me, you can sell your thing outside, you get your profit and the rest. You are individual. How much beneficial is it to the whole nation? In terms of situation, that's why in law, when the situation comes, we don't look at individuals. You look at the whole country. So if individuals are going to benefit to the detriment of the whole nation, no. The pricing is true. Ghana here, there's no fair price anywhere. If you sell it outside, fine, you get it. But let's consider our situation now. Those who have made, or the farmers who have a lot of things, products stored, please, we are pleading with them. They should look at it. They should consider. Because if they don't consider and they say they will still export, fine, let them do it. If they do, you see what will happen. It will be so much. You can't even bear it. So the law, if there are laws that say that in case of emergency and situation like this, you have what? Generalities. You make it general. You don't just let individuals enjoy it. No. It doesn't go like that. So that is, to my opinion, that's what I think, that's what I believe, and that's what I support.
And in terms of even having enough internally here, from where you sit as food suppliers, what is the inflow looking like? The inflow of foodstuffs coming to you so that you also do the onward supply to, other people, the buffer stock, the schools and all of that. What is it looking like with regard to the inflow of, foodstuffs coming in?
Very good, very good. We have season for every product, most of the products. So sometimes you can see that maize goes so high. Why? Because the season has passed or the bumper harvest has ceased. And then we're going to the lean season. So sometimes that's why we see tomatoes so high. Somebody say, look at now, tomato price is 10,000 is this. Yes, it's true. Whenever the season passes, that's what happens. Because Ghana, we don't store. If you don't store, what will happen? There will be shortage. So we depend on seasons. So when the season goes, there will be no shortage. You see, that's why the government have made the price for supplies general straight. If it's 500 Ghana cedis per bag, it's 500 cedis. So whether the season or not season, so that you gain or you lose, as I said, like you be balancing it. So the inflow now of the maize and the other product is not as when it was in July. But there's going to be another season coming in September, October, November, and December. That will come from the Tumu part, Northern part, Tumu. Those places that have been affected. So if they don't get the rain immediately to plant and so that they can harvest in December, then that will be a problem. So for now, the inflow is not as much as we had in July. But still, there's maize, there's Gary, beans, and they're all there. But it's not as much as we had. And the price has gone up a little.
When you say it's not as much as you had, can you help us understand how much, for example, how much did you used to get and how much are you getting now? And is it enough, to supply for the country? Help us understand that.
Yes. You see, we basically, because we mostly supply to the schools, so always we look at that. And what the much I'm saying is that the price that shows whether there's much in the system or there's not much in the system. So the price has shot up a bit. For example, we were selling maize like 550. Now maize is like 600. You could see that 50 Ghana difference. So you could see the demand is a little bit higher than the supply. So the pricing determines how much is in the system. So that's, if you tell me in terms of the price, in terms of the quantity in the system, is the price difference that will show. For example, groundnut was 1,008. That is as of last month. One bag was 1,008. Now groundnut is 1,003. You see the difference.
Yeah.
If it came to 1,002, but because of the drought announcement, the groundnut has shot 1,005. Yes, my brother. It was 1,002 last month, July.
Wow.
Yes.
So is the announcement of because you said because of the drought announcement. So you're saying that the fact that now it's being viewed as a serious situation we have on our hands, and farmers are losing their crops and all of that. It's beginning to make the prices of these grains and foodstuffs go up. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, it can be, because you see that sometimes you have panic situation. Hey, and if there's nothing there, let me keep my things. Hey, don't let me sell it now. Let me keep it, because things are going to know everybody starts to keep. So the farmers don't bring the things to the market. If you say when Ghana started coming, they were bringing it. They were bringing it even now in abundance in their homes. They were bringing it. But
how much of that are you beginning to see? Because that's also one of the fears, that people may start hoarding because they know that there's a looming food crisis, and then at a time where there is a lot of scarcity, they release it at very exorbitant prices. How much of that are you beginning to see now?
Yes, for now it has not been rapid, but it's slowly you could see and you could hear people, because you see when the announcement, you see, sometimes if people don't know things, I mean the system is normal, but when they begin to hear and understand, and also they begin to find out and get the information and the facts and the figures about what is happening, they begin to also strategize and position themselves, of course. So it's not rapid, but you could see gradually going out, people saying it, and then people trying to, hey, let me keep it, let me hold it. If I'll sell half and leave half. You understand? So the price difference will show you that it is gradually climbing or going down.
And when all of this happens, in terms of affecting your business, what are the consequences there for you with this situation?
Yeah, can you come again? Your line was breaking. Can you come again?
I'm saying, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
So I'm saying, as far as the situation is concerned and all the various moving parts around this, right? What are the consequences for you as food suppliers? I know that you've talked about some of the prices begin to increase and all of that. What are the main concerns for you as food suppliers in this regard?
Okay, the main concern will be the prices, what the government gives us.
Right.
Because it's going to affect our prices, what we buy. If you have, for example, if you have 10,000, and 10,000 can buy you maybe 5 bags of beans. Now you need like 15,000 to buy the 10 bags of beans. Meanwhile, the pricing also remains the same from the government side, because the government makes the pricing quarterly and periodically. Looking at the situation, then the government comes out with the pricing for the supplies. But most of the time it has been yearly, because he knows that it fluctuates. The supply, the food will come this time, and then maybe next 3 months food will not come. So the fluctuation or the instability of the food supply, that's the food coming in. So the government makes the prices like that, so that in case so that you won't lose a game, or you won't lose much, but you balance it. You see, when there's bumper harvest, you also gain, because the price will come down, and the government still gives you the same price. And when it's yield season too, you have to also buy. So you manage and buy what you can, and then you go ahead. So that's how it has been. So our concern will be the price. That's the issue.
So with the price, what would you want to be done about it? And of course, as you say in this, you should also bear in mind the situation that is developing on our hands right now, that the government is trying to deal with as regards helping farmers up north.
Yes. With the pricing, what I would say is that the government themselves, they have statisticians and mathematicians, all those people go to the market to check the price of food items, the rest. So looking at that, they can also periodically, as time goes on, they will be updating or, reviewing the prices to meet us, so that we also don't slack or give sit back. Because if the price is not good, I cannot buy higher price and go and give it to the government. No. Even you nowadays don't work. So I believe that the government will look at the pricing as price of items keep shooting up. Then he also comes in to mitigate and meet us on the way, so that we all support. Because we the Suppliers Association in Ghana, Food Suppliers Association, we are ready to support any part, any place, anywhere there's food safety in Ghana, not even in the schools. Everywhere that we think we have to bring food there, we send it there. Because we are here for Ghana.
Right. But I mean, okay. So apart from the price, right, are there any other concerns that you have as food suppliers?
For now, oh yes, there are no there's no place where there are no concerns. Everywhere there are concerns. So, but all our concerns have been tabled, and then it's being addressed one by one. And then as we move on, things are changing and things are normalizing and becoming as suitable to everybody. So we are marching on and moving on, and gradually being solved one by one.
Right. But as we speak now, is there an assurance that at least now, from the, even though you mentioned that the quantity is going down, but we, for now, for the perspective of the Food Suppliers Association, you have enough for everybody as at now?
Oh yes, yes. But now the schools, yes, we can say from our information gathering from the ground, the schools are not starving. No, they don't have problem as much as we used to have. We had in the previous time. We used to have maybe to surface maybe from in September, October, that we may be hearing or something more, but it won't be much because what we have, some of us, what we have, can go far.
When you say can go far, like how long? Because we've told that if we don't take care by September, we could be facing a food shortage crisis, and that is why the ministries are coming together to release some 8 billion to ensure that that doesn't happen. So if you say it will go far, is it going beyond September? Is it going to the end of the year? What is the timeline?
When I say we can go far is that we the suppliers, we do all what we can to make sure that, especially the schools, they will eat. That one we want to promise. Especially the schools, they will eat. Yes, we are putting all hands on deck. We have called everybody to come in. Even those who have traveled, we have some suppliers who are outside now. We have called them to come in to bring in the money, to all the money they have and everything. Whatever we're supposed to do, either to bring in food from whatever it is, we have to bring. So we also manage putting our resources together to see how we can also support. So we are behind the government to make sure that there will be no food shortage.
Okay. All right. Yes. Very well. Very well. Mr. Ifa, I'm grateful that you've spoken to us on the Morning Star today.
Thank you.
All right. You've just heard us speak to Patrick Ifa. Mr. Patrick Ifa is the General Secretary of the Ghana Food Suppliers Association, speaking to us here on the Morning Star with regard to the food situation that we have on our hands.